time, court calls cause number 2020-3660, State of Texas versus Esteban Gerardo. Announcement of counsel, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Ruben Ortiz on behalf of Mr. Gerardo. We're ready, Your Honor.
Very good. Okay, Mr. Gerardo, you're present. Can you talk to me and say, good morning, Judge? How are you?
Good morning, Judge.
There you are, Mr. Gerardo. Nice to see you, sir.
Nice
Mr.
to see
Ortiz,
you.
good, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Mr. Ortiz, do you see and recognize Mr. Gerardo as your client and the defendant in this case?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And Mr. Gerardo, do you see and recognize Mr. Ortiz as your attorney?
Yes, Judge.
Let the record reflect that both have identified each other. Okay, this is as to PR summary bond issue, right? Ms. Becky, we have a PR bond issue, I think.
Yes,
Okay.
Judge, and he's on the bottom of page 4 and then goes into page 5.
I can't believe we have 5 pages of PR bond issues. He had a client got the orientation on 10/7 after being placed back on a PR bond. So this is his second or third time on a PR bond, Mr. Ortiz. Client obtained his Scram mobile unit on 10/8 and is testing 6 times. Alcohol monitoring was checked on 10/13, 10/20, 10/28. Monitoring showed 2 skipped tests on 10/12 at 1 o'clock and 10/24 at 1 p.m. A BRAC reading of 0.023 on 10/11 at 7 a.m. with no retest, and a BRAC reading of 0.04 on 10/18 at 6 a.m. with no retest. Spoke with the client about the issues, and he advised he was not aware of the first BRAC reading, but was aware of the second. Client advised he has poor mouth hygiene and was using mouthwash and believes that caused the reading. Advised client that readings of any nature are not allowed, and always you have to retest. Spoke with the client about the 2 skipped. He advised that he had fallen asleep and missed the testing window. In addition, client advised he obtained his own attorney, Mr. Ruben Ortiz. Okay, we have two positive alcohol readings. That's my issue. Mr. Ortiz, did you know anything about
Your Honor, I'm brand new to this case.
Yeah.
I am brand new to this case, Judge. I think I was retained, last week? And this is my first time hearing this. I mean, my client did tell me some of this, but in any event, Judge, I understand what we're dealing with. You know, I will certainly speak to my client. There should be there must not be any drinking going on, period, whatsoever, Your Honor. And I do understand how the machines work, and I know that you know, with respect to the mouthwash issue, I know we'll definitely talk to him about that. You can't be using those products, you know, if you're going to be blowing to the machines.
That's BS. He didn't use mouthwash. He was drinking. That's BS. He's lying.
Is he BSing me, Judge?
He's BSing all of us. He thinks he can BS all of us. He's not BSing me. He's not BSing you. Mr. Gerardo, that's BS. They tell you at orientation, they tell you when you have the sober link, there's going to be absolutely no mouthwash, no perfumes, no nothing. Specifically, they tell you that. And you knew that. And you're drinking. Do you work, Mr. Gerardo?
Yes, Judge.
Where do you work?
Got
Okay, you're not working today, or what happened?
yes, Judge, after I finish this court.
Okay. Are you at your house, or are you at a place where you're working? One of the houses?
No, I'm in my apartment right now.
Okay, okay,
Ready to go into work, Judge.
okay. Mr. Castañeda, if I give him 6 days in jail, they're taking that, right? They're just not taking somebody in and out and in and out and in and out, right?
From my knowledge, Judge, it's still consecutive.
Right, so we're still okay if I give him 6 days in jail, 3 days for every positive. That's all I'm going to do, Mr. Hidalgo. That's going to teach you. You need to not drink, you're drinking. You need to not drink, and you need to not miss tests.
Judge, I will definitely go over the rules with him with respect to your PR bond, Your Honor.
Right.
especially
Okay.
relating to the machine, Your Honor. I'm very familiar with those rules and how the machines do work
Right, and I have zero
and all
tolerance
that, Your
for
Honor.
that. And you know I have zero tolerance for that. So
I
when do you
I
want to turn
understand, Your
yourself,
Honor.
Mr. Gerardo, when do you want to turn yourself in?
Would I be able to do it Monday, Judge?
Yes, sir. I'll let you do it Monday. Monday through, and it's gonna be 6 days. They'll let you out whenever the jail says you finish 6 days.
Yes,
I think
Judge.
I think you need to do weekend better. You're not really working. That's already 2 days. But you
I
want to take up,
I work Saturdays and I gotta pay the rent on Monday, Judge. So I could. It's up to you though, Judge.
no, I don't, I'm already making your life miserable. I don't want to make it more miserable, right? I'll try to accommodate as much as I think I want to tolerate and accommodate your schedule.
We definitely appreciate that very much, Your Honor.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you want to turn yourself in about 3 o'clock on Monday, Mr.
Yes, Judge.
Gerardo?
Yes, Judge.
Monday?
Please.
Monday, what's the date on Monday, Mr. Castañeda?
November 2nd.
November 2nd, Monday, until for 6 days later at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Okay, Mr. Gerardo, and this is going to teach you, I have a zero tolerance for people missing. I have a zero tolerance for positives. Okay? Yeah, this better not happen again, or else you're going to stay in jail until we finally finish your case, whatever that is. Okay?
Yes, Judge.
We've got Villanueva, 2020, 4363, 2020, 4363, the state of Texas versus Rafael Villanueva. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
For the defense, we're ready, Your Honor, and I'm covering for Mr. Castañon, and I waive my client's presence, Judge.
Thank you. Is Mr. Castañon on vacation or what, Mr. Vasquez?
No, Judge, he's sick.
Oh, no.
Mr. Villanueva's online, Mr. Vasquez.
I'm asking you to unmute, Mr. Villanueva.
Oh, okay, there, I unmute.
Okay, good, sir. Mr. Villanueva, can you put your audio on?
I don't have
Video.
audio.
Well, I mean, I'm
I
sorry.
don't have, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm sorry. Can you put your video?
I'm not sure how to do that. I would have thought that the video was on.
No.
I'm not sure.
It's not. It's not, sir. Do you recognize his voice, Mr.?
No, Judge, I'm
You
taking
don't
over.
because you're
Yeah,
covered.
still covered, but I haven't met him. I haven't discussed anything with him, Judge. I'm not
Okay.
even sure if he's met Mr. Castañon, Judge.
Have you met Mr. Castañon, sir?
Are you asking me?
Mr. Villanueva, yes, sir.
Yes, I have spoken with Mr. Castañon. A couple of months ago, I informed him that I would not be needing, oh, here it is. It's asking me to start my video.
Okay,
Can
do
you-
it. Mr. Villanueva, can you unmute?
Okay, I put it on unmute now.
Now,
Can you hear me?
can you start your video? I'm
There it
asking.
is, start my video.
There it is. Perfect. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Now, you don't recognize Mr. Vasquez, right?
No, I was informed by Mr. Castañon yesterday that he would be filling in because Mr. Castañon is sick or out this week.
Okay. What is your date of birth, Mr. Villanueva?
November 24th of 1984.
Okay, let the record reflect that the birthday matches what's on the docket, what's in the system. So I think that's the only means of identifying Mr. Villanueva at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree, Judge. It's correct.
Okay, now we have a PR bond issue. What page is this PR bond?
Oh, let me check, Judge. Oh, he's on the first page, Judge, the second one.
Okay, I can't believe I missed it on the.
Yeah,
oh,
page 1, Judge.
I didn't go all the. Okay. Mr. Villanueva was placed on a PR bond on 7/7. He's not on my PR bond, is he, Mr. Castañeda?
He is not, Judge.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on my new and improved. Mr. Villanueva, no bars, no drugs, no alcohol, no arrest, no offenses against the state of Texas or any other state. You cannot leave El Paso County unless and until you have my permission. You are gonna have a 9 to 6 a.m. curfew. You're gonna report 1 time a month to your PR bond officer. You're gonna report 2 times monthly, 24 hours notice for a UA. You're gonna stay away. Who's the complaining witness in the criminal mischief? Mr. Nunez, do we know?
Brian Aranda, Your Honor, with a
You're gonna
Y.
stay, no contact with Brian Aranda?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's no, Brian. That's Brian, not Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Brian.
Okay. No, you can't, you have to stay away from Brian Aranda. Okay?
And Judge, it also has and no, and not to
Dollar
go,
General.
huh?
And no, you can't go within 200 feet of Dollar General.
Right.
That's
And
another.
7-Elevens.
Okay. And there's nothing here that says 7-Elevens, but no 7-Elevens either. Okay, now, I'm sorry, sir?
Oh, that, the 7-Elevens was the most recent one from a couple weeks ago. That was the charge for the criminal trespassing.
See, that's what's a little bit offensive, is they put him on another PR bond.
I do respect the judge in that case because she made a call on that based on the details of that particular arrest report. There, it was so.
Is he on a PR bond on, is he on a PR, he's on a PR bond on both cases, right? The one I called and then the criminal trespass, Mr. Castañeda?
Is that a misdemeanor, Judge?
I think it is, right? Mr. Nunez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Criminal trespass is a misdemeanor, right? Okay, so I can only put him on my PR bond on the criminal mischief. Okay. I want to know, what are the circumstances regarding the criminal mischief, our felony?
Sure, Your Honor. But before I get to that, I just wanted to let you know also there's a resisting arrest case also pending that happened prior to the criminal trespass after our case. In regards to our case, what happens is the police report alleges that the defendant basically walked into the Dollar General, took a spray can out of the Dollar General, and I guess as the CW was, trying to say, hey, don't steal that, he ended up spray painting the car with, the report says, quote, sucks
I
dick.
told the car first, then I got the.
Don't say anything. now.
Ah, Mr. Villanueva, nobody's talking to you, sir. You need to be quiet. You just incriminated yourself.
Just listen. Don't say anything, okay?
I just wanted to fill in that I totaled the car first, then I went and grabbed the
Mr.
spray paint.
Villanueva, please. It's for your
I
own
just-
benefit. Don't say anything. Let me
I
explain.
don't want anything to be
Whatever
left
you-
out. I want it clear for the record, and I don't want anything left out. I totaled the car first, then I went and grabbed a can of spray paint.
Well,
Judge.
I think he needs to be, he's already been identified. What do you want me to do with Mr. Villanueva? That's what I can do right now, but, okay. Now, okay. I've just been told by my criminal clerk, Sam, that Castañon filed a motion to withdraw, Mr.
I didn't know, Judge.
I think we know why.
Bro. Yes.
I think we know why. So what do you want me to do with that motion to withdraw that's been on file, Mr. Vasquez?
Well, to grant the motion, Judge,
Okay.
and based what just happened for the same situation, I think that's probably the reason. He didn't inform me, but I'm gonna urge the motion on his behalf, Judge.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and allow it. So you may submit the order, tell Mr. Castañon to submit the order,
Okay.
and I will go ahead and allow it. This is the problem that I see with Mr. Villanueva. Is it Villanueva? Yeah. Mr. Villanueva is, I think he has mental issues.
Think so, Judge.
I think he has some mental issues going on, and I think he needs help, and I think he needs to go to EHN.
he's still talking.
He is? I can't see him.
Yeah, and he was trying to, I think, unmute his phone, Judge. He kept pointing to the, see,
Okay. Okay, I'm looking at him. I'm just sad that he asked to withdraw because you guys have a good mental health unit available to you, lots of resources, Mr. Vasquez, but I mean, you know, I can't make you work with somebody that Mr. Castañón obviously can't work with. And I've seen just a little bit of Mr. Villanueva's behavior. And I want the record to reflect that Mr. Villanueva is gesturing and continues to talk and continues to, Mr. Villanueva, just settle down, sir. Just settle down, please. Please don't say anything and just settle down. I'm asking you to do that or else I'm gonna have to remove you, sir. And I don't want to remove you. Okay, so just settle down, sir. Okay. Okay, so it makes me sad because you guys have a great mental health unit that you can give him the help that he needs. I think as part of terms and conditions of his PR bond, he's gonna go get assessed by EHN. Those are terms and conditions of his PR bond. Talk to me a little bit, Mr. Nunez, about the most recent criminal trespass against 7-Eleven, I think is what was said.
Go ahead and take a look at that one, Your Honor. I don't remember that one off the top of my head.
It's a misdemeanor. Okay, he's putting up some kind of a sign. Does anybody know what that sign is?
No idea, Judge.
I'm gonna remove him. Okay. Did anybody recognize that sign? No? Nobody recognized it? Okay.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Well, what we're gonna do is well, you're not involved, you're not the attorney anymore. Becky, we need to appoint somebody in this case.
Judge, I show the next attorney is Joseph Veith. Then I have what was public defender, then Joseph Veith, then a lot of public defender, and then the next one is Gregory Anderson.
Mr. Veith, did you see his behavior and all of that?
I did notice that. That was strange.
Okay, okay, you're the
did.
next one. You're the next one, sir. Do you want to accept the case?
If the court would like to appoint me, I will take that and try to help with it.
I do want to appoint you, sir, but you have every right, you know, not to take it and I would understand a no. So you wouldn't hurt my feelings and I wouldn't hold personally, sir. So I'm asking you, you can with all, you know, with all the confidence in the world that I'm not gonna hold it against you, sir. And I
Sure. Well, I'll take the challenge. I know it's going to be kind of a special needs case, so we'll proceed that way.
Let the record reflect now that I have appointed Mr. Veith and Mr. Veith is participating. I think we need to know the facts. Yes, you may, Mr. Vasquez. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Nunez, the facts of the 7-Eleven case?
Yes, Your Honor. So according to the witness, who I'm assuming is the 7-Eleven clerk, stated that the defendant was outside the parking lot. He was harassing the customers as they were entering. He then later entered the restroom and stayed in there for 10 minutes, approximately 10 minutes. And as the officers were called, they got there, knocked on the restroom door, telling him to come out. He did come out eventually. They criminally trespassed him from the 7-Eleven and was repeatedly warned to leave, and he refused.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's going around causing havoc with all these little small grocery stores. He needs to get connected with EHN immediately. Okay, Mr. Veith, some way, somehow, please. That's going to be part of terms and conditions of his PR bond.
Okay.
He's going to stay away from the 7-Eleven as well. I think we finished with the PR bond, right, Mr. Castañeda?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be a challenge for you, sir. I was going to, and I don't know if I should or not. He's kind of a danger out there. I can revoke his PR bond because his old PR bond said commit no new offenses and he got arrested for criminal trespass, a misdemeanor. So I can arrest Mr. Nunez, what are you thinking? Mr. V?
I think so, Your Honor, and I'm just to touch base on that a little bit on the resisting case. He was basically, the allegation says he's on a hammock on YISD property, Isleta Independent School District property, and basically the school officer's like, hey, you need to leave, and he wouldn't get down off of the hammock, and the officers had to restrain him and basically get him out of there. That's where the resisting happened.
He's just going around causing havoc.
Well, the only thing I would maybe just suggest, or my thought would be maybe have him go through EHN, see if his medication is correct, get him assessed, and then see how he does. And if the problem persists, then maybe go a different route if the court has no other options. It's just one thought.
This is probably my thought, because I think this gentleman is uncontrollable. I think you're not going to get him to an EHN appointment. So I think we need to have him arrested, stabilize him with meds, and then release him.
I understand that. I mean, that's another method of making sure that he has his medicine, he's being treated properly.
I think that's the only way. I think that's the only, we have 3 already offenses, right?
Sure.
A criminal mischief, criminal trespass, and resisting, and there he is. Okay. So let's go ahead and issue out a bench warrant. I'm going to issue out a bench warrant. Ms. Becky, put that on the docket, a bench warrant. His PR bond is going to be revoked.
Judge,
Okay.
and just to make clear, so disregard the
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I think so. I think so at this time. I think there's too much there to ignore now. Okay, bench warrant, please.